ain't never gonna quit. We ain't never gonna quit it, boy. Nah, we ain't never gonna quit. Nah, 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 we ain't never gonna quit it.
What's up, guys? It's Anaya.
I'm Matt.
And we're back with episode 6 of Behind the Wheel. We're so excited. We have a special guest with us today.
What's up?
The one and only Pastor Orlando. Woo, 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 woo.
In the house.
Yes.
Last week's service was such a fun time. It was such a great time in just worship
indeed.
and the word, and there's so many great things about last Sunday. It was amazing. So, Pastor, we want to ask you, what is or was a highlight from service?
Honestly, it was a great service, so let's understand that first and foremost. But one of the highlights that stood out was, y'all know I do media, so I'm on the camera, and I decided to go mobile with our camera, and just to see the people outside at the altar.
Yeah.
And there was people on their knees saying, you know what, I might have a knee cement burn here, but I'm still gonna worship God. That was a highlight. Just man.
I think if you weren't able to stream last week, Pastor C, she called everyone, well not everyone, she called whoever wants to come up to the actual altar in front of where we stand on the porch, and people came, and worship just got even more intensified when people came to the altar. And it's been such a long time since we've been able to just do that, even in that sense. So that was definitely probably my highlight as well from service today. That was just amazing.
It was. I definitely enjoyed going up to the altar. It just made us feel like, how it was pre-COVID. So I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed seeing, just people sitting on their porch worshiping. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. Like, just sitting outside, and then boom, there's a church right there. You're able to be in the comfort of your own home, but still, like, engaging and worshiping everything. And then, of course, the word, okay? Pastor C in this series. Accountability, which the first thing she talked about a few weeks ago was great, okay? And then last week she talked about being adaptable. It was amazing.
And so going off of that, we want to ask, Dr. C last week was speaking about how we have to change our wording. Like, our words have to match our faith, and that we have to, and our purpose. And so she was talking about switching different wording. So I want to ask you, Pastor O, how has changing your vocabulary, your verbiage, how has that changed your actions, your mindset, how you live? How does what you say change that for you?
Big time. I got an accountability right here in the back seat. You grew up with me 23 years. Obviously, he hadn't been paying attention 23 years, but I had to change early on. I was one of those ones, the bishop was here, he'd tell you, when he met me in 93-ish, roughly 94, I was a mess. I thought I knew what I knew. You couldn't tell me how I was not going to succeed or was going to succeed. And in that was my language, and he would say, don't say that. And he'd give me the scriptures on it. You can't say I could, you can't say I would. And I was a real big person, and I'm real big on the opposite end of it now, is I tell people, do not but God. I'm in faith for that promotion, but they like so-and-so. Wait a minute, you can't but God.
Right.
And so I had to change, from the coulds and the shoulds to say it will.
Yeah.
And, it's going to. I'm in expectation for. So it's been major in what in how I live, and I still today, I really don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I ain't perfect. Because my wife would be like, I thought you were in faith. No, I am in faith. Well, he just said, you're right. So it's been major.
I think one thing that people will always forget about when you hear people talking about it or feeling like there's so much I can't control. I can't control this, or I'm trying to get this to happen, but I can't. Well, the one thing you for sure can always control is what you say, what you speak. And Pastor C also spoke about this, and we want to clarify this, spoke about this a few weeks ago, talking about how the world right now is in this big stage of you have to manifest it, but not talking it in a faith in a biblical based way, but just in a spiritual universe, trust the earth type way.
Yeah.
And so we want that when we're saying changing your wording, we're not saying start how the world's saying manifesting things. God manifested. We ask, we pray,
That's
and
right.
God will manifest in our lives. So change your wording of what you want to see, of how you want to think, how you want to build your day. Like if you want, like Pastor C said, if you know you want to start working out more, you don't say I should work out today. Say I could work out today. I mean, like I can. Like if I choose to, I can do it.
Yeah.
And so we want to change our
Agreed.
verbiage in
Agreed.
that way. And I have anything to add?
Yeah, so of course you always hear like your words have power, like you need to be careful, watch what you say. But I didn't realize until Pastor C said it that those little words, you know, you hear like I can't, or I'm ashamed and stuff like that. But even just saying like I should or I could, that makes a difference. And I didn't realize that until she said it. And now I'm like, okay, I could do it. I'm gonna start saying I could more than I should. So it's just the little daily things we can do to make sure that every little word we say is aligned with God, is faith words, you know, action words. So it was good.
Yeah, I'd like to just add, God tells us that we're going to be accountable for every little word we say.
Yep.
So if God is telling us that hey, up here, I'm going to hold you accountable for those words, then that tells us how important the words are. And then we know, you know, we know life and death in the power of the tongue.
Right.
And whichever one of the one you love, it says, and those who love it being the life or it being the death,
Right.
that's what you're going to have the fruit of. So, agreed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now it's time to end every episode how we ended
Yeah.
with our behind the wheel.
That's
dance.
right. That's right.
So, Pastor O, it's time for you to choose. What is the song you would like to play today for behind the wheel?
Well, since this is like what, episode 6 or something,
Yeah.
you know, I had time to think about it when I got called. It's hard, you know, because I'm a situational favorite song, you know, but there's one that I went ahead and sent it to Matt right before and said, hey, here we go, that just keeps me reminded of who the blesser is.
That's right.
So,
I'm excited to see your dance with me. I'm
Aha!
excited to see you break
Okay.
it down real quick.
Okay, yeah, turn it up now.
Okay.
All right.
Still can't believe it. So many blessings.
So we already know. We should know by now how the dance goes. Moving your shoulders and a snap or a clap. However, whatever comes most naturally to you.
right.
So when the beat drops in 1 second.
It's coming.
Here it is. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Shoulder, shoulder, clap, shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Woo! Not the president, she turned the car on. Shoulder, 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 shoulder. Hey! Shoulder, 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 shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Lord have mercy.
Gotta alternate that boy.
Brother had his own moves to it. Yeah.
You gotta make it your own.
That's right.
Just make it your own.
That's right. Well, that concludes episode 6 of Behind the Wheel. We are so excited. In just a few minutes, we will be heading over to worship, and we hope to see you there. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out.